Okay, I'm going to try this again. This is take at least 3, maybe 4. So, welcome back. I'm Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I have been away for a while. I was on vacation, and before that I was trying to film videos, and it would take, after 4 hours of trying to upload it to my computer, it would be like 5% uploaded, and it was really frustrating. And I filmed this video a couple times before I went on my vacation. About my vacation, I went out to, I'm from Minnesota. I think I mentioned that before, but for those of you who don't know, I live in Minnesota. I went out to Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. My brother lives out in Portland, and he was getting married, so took the opportunity of him getting married to take a mini vacation. So did some traveling around up there. Portland, Oregon is home to Powell's Bookstore, which is, they call it Powell's World of Books, I believe. It is the largest independent bookstore in the country. It is like a block long and 4 stories high, and we spent 2 hours in there. And the only reason I wasn't there longer is because my children, I was out there with my daughter and my son, they had had enough. So I would have stayed there at least probably another good hour. I controlled myself. I only bought 3 books there. And then after Portland, we went to Seattle, and at Pike's Place Market, they have a comic book store. And I did buy 1 book there. So I had to control myself. My husband's not really happy with my amount of books I own that I haven't read, so I'm trying to be good. It's not easy. BookTube has kind of been dangerous for me. I always have been a reader, but since finding BookTube on YouTube, I want all the books, all of them. All that I hear about, I'm writing them down. I'm wanting to buy them. I'm wanting to read them. It's not all bad though. But yes, lots of books. Anyway, so before I left, I had a book outlet order come, and I filmed that before I left and could not get it uploaded. So I'm gonna start with that. And the first book I got from Book Outlet is a sequel to a book that I read. It's a YA book. It is called Standoff. It is by Andrew Smith. When I first read, the first book is called Winger. I was not really expecting to like it, but I really did. This young man is in a boarding school, and he is the captain of the rugby team, or he is on the rugby team. And at a boys' boarding school, things get kind of crazy. So it's, after I read the first one, I definitely wanted to find out what happened in the second one. So got that one. The next book I got is by Chris Whitaker, and it is called Tall Oaks. Heard about this by someone on YouTube. I wish I could remember who, but I can't at this moment. On the back it says, when 3-year-old Harry goes missing, the whole of America turns its attention to one small town. Everyone is eager to help, and everyone's a suspect. So that sounded good. I like the bright colors on this cover as well. Not a lot of books I notice with really bright covers, so lately when I've been seeing ones with bright covers, I'm kind of drawn to them. The next book I have here is called Unholy Ghost, and it is a collection of essays and maybe short stories as well on depression. So it is edited by Neil Casey with an introduction by Kay Redfield Jameson. So I really enjoy reading about mental illness. I just think it's interesting how everybody's mind works differently. And, you know, if you have a small chemical imbalance in your brain, how it can really affect your entire life. So, that. The next book I got is called Hold Still. It is a novel by Lynn Stagger Strong. I do not know what this is about. But what it says on the back, there's a blurb on the back that says, how do you forgive your child after she does the unthinkable? And how can you not? So that'll pull you in. So that's the next one. The next one I got, I think can be considered a classic. It is called Bastard Out of Carolina by Dorothy Allison. I love this cover in this edition. I heard this is a very difficult book to read, but I heard it's also very worth reading, so give that one a try one of these days. And this next book is called After a While You Just Get Used to It, A Tale of Family Clutter. It is by Gwendolyn Knapp. And I think when they say family clutter, they're not meaning like a messy house. They're meaning more like the clutter of family relationships. So besides reading about mental illness, I also enjoy reading about family dynamics, because when I really started, I'm a very introverted person, and when I really started talking to people and opening up and really hanging out with other people and getting to know them well, I was amazed at how different everybody's family is and how different mine was from everybody else's. So it is interesting to see the inner workings of family lives. The next book I have here is called Revenge. It is short stories by Yoko Ogawa. It says on the front, 11 Dark Tales. And on the back, a little blurb says, original, elegant, and very disturbing. So that sounds pretty fun. The next book I have here is called Audacity by Melanie Crowder. It is inspired by the true events of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory uprising. So it sounds like a Russian Jewish immigrant, an aspiring student living in New York City's Lower East Side at the turn of the 20th century, where she is forced to work in garment factories to help support her family. She's appalled by the substandard working conditions there and begins to tirelessly fight for the improvement of women's rights in the workplace, while facing the impossible choice between the cause she is drawn to and her lifelong ambition. So this is based on true events, which is always cool. The next book I have here, I wanted this one's been on my TBR a very long time. And it is called None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. And I'm not sure if this is about intersex or someone who is transgender. It is about a person who is intersex. So I recently read a nonfiction book about intersex, and now this one is fiction. So see how they compare the nonfiction versus fiction will be interesting. And I had two more here from Book Outlet. This one is called, I'm sure many of you had read this. I have not. It is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. So I've heard some really good things and not good things. The only thing that kind of scares me about it is I see circus tents, and I do not like circuses, so they kind of creep me out. So anyway, but I hear it's worth reading, so I'll give it a try. The next book I have here is a first book in a series, and it is called The Emperor of the Eight Islands, and it is by Leanne Hearn. And look at that picture. That'd make an awesome tattoo. Anyway, so yeah, I heard about this on YouTube somewhere too, and of course I had to buy it. Sorry, I just heard something outside my door. The other day, before I went on my vacation, my daughter-in-law, my stepson, and my grandson live next door, which is amazing to have. So I can see my little grandson anytime. But she was giving away, she has some boxes in her garage of books that she was giving away. And so of course I had to dig through them because I don't have enough books. And I found this one that's kind of sparked my interest. It is called The Glass Room. It is by Simon Mauer. And it says it was a finalist for the 2009 Man Booker Prize. So, no idea what it's about, but thought it looked cool. Okay, now to vacation books. Like I said, I limited myself to 3. Last time I went to Powell's was a year ago. Me and my son went out there for a weekend. Literally, we went out there on a Friday, came back on a Sunday. And we hit Portland and Seattle. We hung out with my brother, went to Powell's, and then took a bus up to Seattle, watched the Twins and the Mariners play. Go Twins. They swept the series last year. I don't know how that happened because the Mariners were a good team last year and the Twins were absolutely not. but we had a really good time. And I bought a grocery bag, a paper grocery bag full of books last year. I also had my brother's discount at Powell's last year, so that made a difference, but I promised I would limit myself. So I got 3 books, and the first one I got was Age of Myth by Michael J. Sullivan, book 1 of the Legends of the First Empire. Cool cover again. Yeah, I know a lot of you have read this. I have not, obviously, because I bought it. The next book I bought was called The Soul of an Octopus, a surprising exploration into the wonder of consciousness by Cy Montgomery. I want to say I heard about this on Elena's channel, E-Reads, but I can't remember for sure. It's a National Book Award finalist, and when I saw this, I knew I wanted to get it. And the last book I kind of picked up on a whim. It was kind of a cover buy because, like I said, I've been drawn to really bright covers all of a sudden. Because most covers, I mean, if you look at they're kind of muted colors, all of them on there. And this one stood out to me. It's a used book. Powell's has used and new. And it is called The Amazing Adventures of Kavalier and Clay. It is the winner of a Pulitzer Prize, and it is by Michael Chabon. So kind of a thick book. I just read the back, and I thought this would be something cool. It's something different, and my camera is dying, so I'm gonna finish this up quickly. But anyway, that was one. How many percent do I have? I can't see. Anyway, and then when we were at the comic book store, I bought Saga Volume 6 because I've only read 1 through 5. So that is my latest book haul. I will do my darndest to be better at filming. Back to work today was my first day back. It was a good day. You know, after vacation, you're all refreshed. Of course, the first half of the day was extremely overwhelming, but it was a good day. So anyway, well, thank you for watching. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought. And thank you.